Howdy, folks. It's April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day to you. It's just the first part of April, and we're getting ready to plant. So I'm going to get the gate closed here. Come on, close up gate. There you go. I want that to get in the way of the tractor. I've been getting some corn put in down here in this field, and ran out of fertilizer. So what I found out, let me just turn on the field info here. I don't like a lot of stuff on the screen normally, so I have that turned off. What I found out is I put the anhydrous down, and that apparently only got the nitrogen up to about 120. And it's not enough for corn. I'm pretty sure I had that set for corn. So I think it may take multiple applications of the anhydrous to get up to where it needs to be. So I've been using a little solid fertilizer in the planter just to get that up to where it should be. And you can see our yield potential there to be 125, and we're at 122, so we're pretty darn close to perfect. So I've got the tender down here. Get the planter refilled with fertilizer. Just had a little bit in there. That was from old Mr. White, so I'm not sure it's even in the best shape. We'll just ease on down through here. And you can see the old money is getting pretty low. A full hopper full of fertilizer was expensive. I think it's about 3,500 bucks. Plus I bought seed. So we're running a little low on cash. I pulled a topper off. Which one of these is first? Like the back is hopper number 1. So actually switch that over to seed. And I might need to pull the tractor forward a little bit. Actually, let's do this. That switch back to fertilizer. Just hop in the tractor. Close all the lids. And we'll get her backed up under there. Oops. Doesn't look like it would be colliding, but apparently it is. Go Farm Sim. Oh, I'm on the fence. Derp. Found the problem. The problem is I'm an idiot. Backed right into my own fence. Perfect. Let me get some of these bushes cleared out down here. Alright, I think if I get about right here. There we go. Get that filled up with fertilizer. Ooh, that takes quite a bit. Then I'll flip over to seed. Back in here. These guys open up, and we'll pull forward just a hair. And we'll just top off the seed. We haven't used hardly anything, but while we're here, we might as well top it off. Alright, then we can fold that back. We'll roll the tarp back over. Get on out of here. See if I can not back into my fence for the second time. I want to drive over this too much. I'm actually going to be dressing up the side here anyway, so should be fine. These bushes are really tough. They didn't mow down like they're supposed to. Map just isn't quite set up right. to let them be mowable, I guess. All right, truck, how do you feel about pulling up this hill on grass? You feeling all right? Oh yeah, no problem. Not a problem for the old V8. All right, I think I'll just park that here. We'll get back to planting. Is that weeds I see in here? Didn't know weeds would grow in the just regular old grass. I guess they do. Some wildflowers. Did I leave footprints? Nope. I couldn't remember. All right, let's hop in the tractor. See if we can get lined back up. Yeah, close you up. All right, we are all set. So I was actually coming back this way. So I'm out there, I think. That's where we need to be. So we'll just come over and do the next row. We'll be making a cleanup pass down the headland on this end anyway. Alright, we need to get this thing spun around. Something like that. And I believe I was in... was it called Torque something? Come on, game. Torque amplifier. There we are. That's the TA. Torque amplifier. I think I was doing I2 in the torque amplifier range. We'll give that a whirl. We're down, turned on, and off we go. And if I pull up my little GPS, see we're bringing that nitrogen up to the green level for corn. Has to keep the old 1586 wrapped up pretty high. I haven't found a gear range that's just right. If I go to 3, that's too high. If I take it out of torque amplifier, then I'm either too low on RPMs or too high. But torque amplifier in the high 2 seems to be pretty darn close. So that's what I've been going with. Off we go. Like a good opportunity for an F12. You never have too many F12s. So it's good to get some corn in the ground for sure. I'm probably going to hire out the big fields, but I wanted to do at least this one myself. Kind of fun. I'm going to have to get into the weeds here a little bit. Get cranked right around. We should have went a little closer on that pass. It'll all come out in the wash. Something. Oh, I did fix my yield map. We pull up here to yield. Yeah, the yield map's working again. I was using a version of the Precision Farming DLC that somebody had edited to be anhydrous ready, and that was apparently breaking the yield for some reason. So I switched back to just the regular Precision Farming DLC, and it seems to all be working okay as far as nitrogen and everything, so we'll see. I don't know exactly what the modded version was doing for me, so I just turned it off, and then the yield works. Oh boy. We're on just a little bit of a hill here. There we go. So also, since I recorded last episode, Giants put out a big update. I think the main thing was they added FSR3, which is an AMD upscaling technology. And unfortunately, they also broke DLSS. It was just terrible. Like, the textures were all muddy. It was even more ghosting than normal. And it was just awful. And and the frame rate was worse. Like, if I turned off DLSS and just went to normal graphics, the frame rate, I'd lost probably 10 or 20 frames a second. But what I discovered, I was looking around in the forums and stuff, if I turn on FSR3, it runs great and it looks good. So even though that's AMD technology and I have an NVIDIA card, it makes the game run better. So go figure. Maybe we'll get a patch later on to fix the DLSS, but it is just horribly broken for me. Wow, you really struggle pulling this planter. I think we're right at the horsepower range. Alright, we're up over that little hill. Let's try second gear again. There we go. So yeah, frame rate wise, I think what that means is like 50, and then with the upsampling and stuff, it's getting 100 maybe. I think that's what it means. I don't know how well it translates to YouTube, but it's really smooth. Now there is some artifacting in the foliage and stuff, but I'm willing to live with that because the performance just is so bad without FSR turned on. They really broke it for NVIDIA, so that they released an AMD update, and it just really broke it for NVIDIA, for me at least, on the 2080 Ti. So it is what it is for now. Until I discovered that you could turn on FSR, I thought the series was going to have to just wait. Because I got a ton of stuttering, and it was like 40, maybe 50 FPS max. It wasn't necessarily the FPS was the problem, it was just the inconsistent. It was just really stuttery. And if I turn on DLSS, it went to like 1994 graphics. The textures were just awful. And I even tried clearing out my shader cache and all the usual tricks. But then, like I said, to turn on FSR3, and it looks good. The only problem is really the trees. And with the YouTube compression, I'm not sure what you guys are seeing, but I'm going to go ahead and preemptively skip down to first gear. Get up this little bit of a hill. Alright, how do you feel about second gear? Feeling pretty good? Good deal. Getting pretty close to having this field done. Try to follow the edge here. I'm not doing a very good job. I never claimed to be a good farmer. Whee! Oh, I need to show, I did mow the yard. I asked about mowing the yard several episodes back. And I think at least one person wanted me to mow the yard. So I did. Back in the fall, I ended up buying a used Husqvarna riding lawnmower. So I did get the yard mowed. I think we'll pick that up on the finish pass. I'll try to remember to go show off the front yard. Alright, this is working pretty well. Looks like the fertilizer is coming down a little faster than the seed. I'm going to try the lane switch feature here. That might be too early. I can always back up. Yeah, it's a little too early. Got her a little too far off to the side. Alright, I think we're flat enough here. We can pull off second gear. Let's see if that's the case. Oh, come on. Nope. I was wrong. I was wrong. You got to dig deep there, 1586. You got to want it. It's kind of funny. This tractor is actually four-wheel drive in-game, even though it's not supposed to be. I tested that. I guess the variant I tested, it actually wasn't four-wheel drive. But yeah, that's a common mistake that modders make. They don't set up the transmission right. Drivetrain. I used to go and fix all that stuff, but I just can't be bothered now. It's just, you could end up spending more time fixing mods than you actually are playing the game. So whatever, just let it go. Get that little loophole there fixed up. Looks like it. I guess I ought to be watching on my screen here. Yeah, we're still in the green. Just about got this field planted. Come on, you got this in second gear. There you go. It's not that big of a hill. What I'm thinking is I'm just going to swap between corn and beans from what it was originally planted. They're pretty complementary crops, so it's going to be mostly corn, and then that the one big field there on the northeast. Northeast? Yeah, it is north. Okay, I had to stop and think. No, wait a second. Am I getting myself confused? Yeah, I am getting myself confused. The southwest. 148. That will be beans. Alright, we need a couple more passes here. Short passes, and then we can do our cleanup pass. It is so hard to drive slow in Farm Sim because there's just no inertia. There's no mass. So something, one of the many things I really liked about Cattle and Crops, unfortunately never took off. That game, it really had a sense of driving big, heavy machinery. Here, it feels like you're driving styrofoam toys. Although, when I had the old International truck full of lime, it felt pretty good. Okay, I think we'll do our cleanup pass. So I can kill that. And I think I'll just start here and we'll just kind of go all the way around the field and see if we can get a nice clean planting. Of course, I'm in the grass. I need some more practice. It's not going to be perfect for sure. Then I already did that part, so raise up. I love this circle of detail right around the cab. It's hard to tell sometimes where your tracks are. Yeah, we're just gonna have to plant in the grass. I know. It hurts me just as much as it hurts you. This really isn't necessarily right, but it's what we need to do for Farm Sim. I don't know, is it worth... I don't think it's really worth trying to pick up that little edge there. Can I... I'm not sure if I can even do that without hitting the fence. Yeah, we're right up against the fence, so I think this is going to have to... Oops. Apparently the collision is quite a bit bigger than the visual model. So pardon me while I straighten this out. I guess right in here I could maybe get it, but I don't think it's really worth it. So we'll just let that be unplanted. I could come down, you know, through the field, I suppose. Do I want to do that? Eh. It'll just be more maneuvering with the combine. Alright, did you eat your Wheaties here, 1586? We're going to be heading uphill. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. I'm surprised it didn't draw down and require downshift. Okay, and there we have it. Round this off here, and we are all planted in one field. Feels good, though, to have that one field done. We used about half, so we're definitely going to need a refill when we're doing the larger fields. Go ahead and get this rotated around. And I'm going to head out and do the other field over here to the east. I think that'll be it for this video. That's probably enough. We'll be planting some corn and then one field of beans. And I'll see. I might bring you in if there's anything interesting there to see. Otherwise, that'll be it. Except I do want to show off the front yard here, so that I managed to get planted. Not planted. That I managed to get mowed. You can see I dumped the grass in the silo back there. Yeah, here you go. Front yard is mowed for the most part. I didn't get it all mowed, but I got most of it. All right, anybody coming? No, we're good. And head on down to the other field. Go. Nice front yard mowage. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.